Issue 155. We start out with someone running into Sonic who's being chased by guards. One of the guards says it's their lucky day because they found Sonic. But rather than saying so because Sonic could round up a thief, it turns out he's the most wanted person in Shinazar, and Sonic says that the princess and him have a difference in opinion. That's not why he was wanted originally though. And one of the guards threatens to put them all in the palace dungeon. Sonic snarks about it and runs around them in a sonic wind to throw some sand upwards to disappear from the guards, and he's bringing Kasim with him because, as I expected, he just assumed he didn't deserve to be chased by the guards. On top of the building, he asks Kasim what he's in trouble for, and Kasim points to a tower where they're keeping a girl he was going to marry until her family thought he wasn't good enough for her and locked her in a tower. At night, Sonic runs up the tower's wall while holding a rope like he's doing parkour in Lost World. In a Lost World, that at least made sense. This is literally a 90-degree angle. At least explain it as him getting a power-up. Sonic brings Kasim up the tower, who says he doesn't know how to thank him, but then suspiciously says that he can take care of things from here while smirking. I was right to just assume he was a villain from the minute I first saw him, because it turns out he's been trying to steal the princess's gems for years. To be fair though, was she using them? It's not like he's in the mafia. Then he says that the princess is an even bigger thief than he is, so it's okay to steal from her. And Sonic complains that he hates being lied to. Kasim says he'll generously split the gems with him 50-50. Then the gems form into a golem by magic, and Kasim gets attacked by it trying to leave after saying he has a view of the gems already in front of it, causing Sonic to call him an idiot instead of being concerned for his well-being. Sonic runs down the tower while dragging Kasim behind him, and Kasim admits the monsters caught him off guard and they need to use some magic of their own against it. Predictably, Sonic's a self-righteous jackass who thinks it's not okay to steal from a princess who's out to murder him. Okay then, weirdo. Hey, that's great! Kasim coincidentally said the exact same thing I was thinking. That's pretty awesome. Either way, this was a really anticlimactic ending. What kind of an action story has a golem show up and Sonic just leave instead of fighting it? I mean, that's a twist, but not a good one. I thought Sonic would actually defeat the golem, not give up, like a coward. But it was all given away the minute Kasim was ready to trail off. In the next story, Max Gamble explains to Amy and Techno that he got to the gangster movie dimension from the Ring of Eternity. This makes sense because, it was just there on Mobius, so I guess it makes sense that someone would eventually stumble into it other than Amy and Techno. This is an obvious retcon. There's no way the writer planned this far ahead. Did he succeed in the tests of courage and strength and wisdom too? I guess it's a good thing for him that he survived the spike trap and the avalanche. Not to mention what a coincidence it is to have him in the exact same place as them when trying to hide from the law. The ring transported him to a different world from them, and Amy says with suspicion that it's quite a coincidence that a gangster ended up on a gangster planet. And Gamble says that he couldn't wish for a better place. He tells his men to put Amy and Techno in barrels and try to throw them into the ocean, with Gamble calling them heroes, and yet he's somehow still wanting to do this. Then the barrels vanish, which feels like a Deus Ex Machina. Techno says that they can't tackle all of those goons at once, but Amy stands there with her arms crossed and a smile, saying that she's just figured out what the plan is all about as Gamble looks nervous. She explains that it's a wish world where thoughts become reality, and Gamble has created all of this because it's only real if they let it be real. Why would the Ring of Eternity send a villain, who he has to know is a villain since he said he knew everything, to a place that's basically going to be his paradise? It makes sense that Amy would figure this out from the barrels disappearing and Max's hint that he couldn't wish for a better place to be sent. But that was just a figure of speech on his part. Amy and Techno wish the goons away, and Gamble wishes them back, and says that it depends on if they can wish them away faster than he can wish them up. Then Amy and Techno wish for some superheroes to show up and clean up the city, with the heroes and villains fighting in a battle of willpower. Gamble falls to the ground with his head hurting, and Amy says the planet for no reason reverted to its natural state. She says it's like modeling clay, only with your mind. This is a pretty fascinating concept, having a holodeck paradise be magical in origin instead of technological. I think this was the best story of the story arc so far. Gamble plans to wish for an intergalactic empire to conquer the universe, but since he stupidly bragged about it in front of them, this gives Techno advance warning to wish them all back to Mobius. Why didn't he make his wish way earlier, idiot? The first story is by Nigel Kitchen. While I correctly predicted that Cassim would be a thief from the start because he was being chased by guards, it's disappointing that Sonic didn't agree with the idea of beating the evil princess's gem golem and taking the gems from her, considering she wants him executed and all. I mean, he's an anti-hero. I don't see why she would want him executed though. The last time we saw him, she thought he was adorable. And Eggman looks nothing like Kintobor, so why would he be able to assume his same role in life and manipulate the princess? That doesn't make any sense. Who would believe him that he's the same person as Kintobor? The story ended rather anticlimactically as a result, instead of Sonic defeating the golem and being an anti-hero by taking the gems, which he had every right to do against a monster like her. And the second story was by Lou Stringer, and was about Amy and Techno realizing that the only way this world could be a gangster film where the citizens don't want a deviation from the script, even if it saves them, would be if this was a world that could mold itself like clay to the wishes of outsiders. This brilliant concept allows Amy and Techno to make the barrels vanish just from wishing subconsciously that they would, and wish of superheroes to save the day and bring the planet back to its normal state. The story ends with them taking Gamble home through a portal. The only big problem with the story arc is the idea that the omniscient Ring of Eternity wanted to send Max Gamble to what's basically a paradise.